Hello, U.S. Nannies Association. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ulysses Wozeman, your motivational speaker. Today, my talk is based on you having the motivation to keep believing in yourself, that you can step into your life and succeed at what you want to do in your life. The more you believe in yourself, the more successful you will be at becoming a parent and becoming a nanny. Just know that when you become a nanny and a parent for the first time, you just want to make your kids as happy as possible. You want to be able to just help them with their homework, teach them the ABCs, maybe teach them how to write their S's, write their R's better. You just want to help them as much as possible, making sure they have enough food to eat. Maybe you want to read them a bedtime story. Whatever it is, parents and nannies, you want to make sure that your children is safe. Just stay committed to working hard. Just stay committed to doing the best that you can in your life. Don't put so much pressure on yourself, and just know that the world needs your light. The world needs you to believe that you can be the best parent and the best nanny that you can be. Just don't put so much pressure on yourself. And just know that when you step into your life, that the children need you to believe that the words that you speak can have such an impact on your life. And to help out with that, parents and nannies, I would like to introduce to you my mother, the strongest woman I've ever known. Due to an abusive marriage by my stepfather, my mother kept me in and out of Melrose Elementary School. Not being in school on a regular basis, I soon developed a learning disability and ended up in special education. At that moment, I thought I would never amount to anything. Long after that, my mother came up to me and she said, "Why do you have such a bad attitude?" I said, "Mom, they put me in special education." And my mom looked at me and she said, "At least you're getting the education." And the impact of her own words, parents and nannies, the impact of her own words made a difference in my life. And watching what my mother went through with my stepfather, my mother, she had a recipe of words, parents and nannies. My mother had a recipe of words that made an impact on my life. See, my mother told me that I was capable. My mother told me that I was lovable, that I was determined, that I was special, extra special, parents and nannies. My mother told me that I was awesome. See, we have to keep telling our kids that they're extra special. We have to keep telling our kids that they're determined, that they're wise. And the impact on my mother's words, what she told me, it made a difference in my life. And watching what my mother went through with my stepfather, my mother had to keep stepping into her life and believing in herself. And before she can believe in her kids, parents and nannies, she had to believe in herself. We are capable of doing the things in our life, but the impact of words, parents and nannies, the impact of words can make a difference on what you do in your life. See, one of the words that stuck out to me out of all the words that my mother was trying to tell me, the one words that really stuck out to me is when my mother told me that she was proud of me. Mm. See, my mother, she kept feeding me with positive words, parents and nannies. See, you got to start feeding your kids. That's the one thing, parents and nannies. That's the one word. My mother said that she was proud of me. Do you know what that does for a kid, parents and nannies? Keep telling your kids that you're proud of them. That's like plugging your cell phone into the wall. That's that charge that we need. And watching my mother come home from work, mm, she was so tired, but she had to help us with our homework. And the way she would comb my sister's hair, my mother paid attention to every detail in her life. She would give us a bath before we went to bed. Sometimes my mother was too tired, but some nights she read us a bedtime story. And the impact of her own words, parents and nannies, the impact of your own words with your kids, but telling your kids that they're extra special will have an impact on your life, parents and nannies, and it will also have an impact on your kids' life. Just always have a recipe of words that can inspire your kids. And when you get inspired by kids, you just want to go out there and you just want to speak about it. It doesn't matter their age, it doesn't matter the color of their skin, it doesn't matter if they're male or female. You just want to go out there and you want to make the best of it. You want to go out there and believe that the impact of your own words is making a difference. Because the impact of your own words, parents and nannies, it's not blah, blah, blah. The impact of your own words is here to make a difference. Just don't let no one tell you that you can't do it. Don't let no one twist your information and tell you that you can't make an impact on your kids' life. You got to keep believing that you're making an impact in this life. And stop letting negativity make an impact in your life. If negativity is so smart, parents and nannies, how come it puts tent over our lives? If negativity is so smart, how come it pushes you down on the floor? Parents and nannies, negativity has no arms and no legs. What happens is that negativity is trying to use your arms and it's trying to use your legs to hurt your life and hurt your kids' life. In order for you to make an impact in your kids' life, we have to stop letting negativity into our lives. Negativity has broken up many marriages. Negativity has hurt many people. I have a daughter. My daughter is much older now. And when she was young, I always tried to have an impact in her life. Her name is Chelsea. I always try to say, Chelsea, you got to pick yourself up. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with failing, but you have to be able to learn from it. It's how we bounce back. So I remember what my mother told me. But my daughter, I said, Chelsea, it's okay with failing, but it's how you learn from it. And my daughter and I, we still have a good relationship, and I still try to make a difference in her life. But we have to stop with this notion with negativity in this world. Because in order for you to make an impact in this world, parents and nannies, you have to believe first that you are here to make a difference, that you are here to make an impact, you are capable of making an impact in this world, you are wise enough to make an impact in this world, and you are responsible enough to make an impact in this world, parents and nannies. You just have to believe in your difference. You have to believe in your difference is here to make an impact. Because when you work hard enough in your life to make an impact, eventually you will start to work harder. Because it gives you more confidence in your life, parents and nannies, to go out there and want to make an impact in a kid's life. But when it comes to your life, parents and nannies, when it comes to your life, how do you want your life to feel about you? When it comes to your life, how do you want your life to feel about you? Your life feels that you have enough drive in your life, parents and nannies. You want your life to feel that you have enough drive in your life to promote your life. See, that's that drive that we need to make an impact in kids' lives. It's that drive that we need. You have no drive in your life to become your best from your struggles to your success. It's that drive that we need, parents and nannies. You gotta have that. You gotta have that drive that is necessary to overcome your obstacles in your life. You gotta have enough drive, that energy that you need to become your best. Because believing in yourself, parents and nannies, that you can turn your struggles into hopes and dreams. You have to believe that there's nothing that you can't do. Never give up on your dreams. And your dreams won't give up on you. Turn your dreams into reality. Because believing in your best from struggles to your success. Because you are the best parent and you are the best nanny. And if you're planning on going back to school, maybe you want to go to school to be a nursing assistant. Maybe you want to go to school to be child development. Maybe you want to go to school to be a nurse. You know, I was blessed in my life to be a nursing assistant for about 3 years in my life. And it made a difference in my life. So don't give up on your dreams. If you want to go back to school, parents and nannies, to get your GED, always know that you can do that. But don't put so much pressure on yourself when you do that. Always keep yourself positive. And when you start to do that, parents and nannies, that's when you will start to see the best version of yourself. That's right. When you start to feel that you can become your best, that's when you start to see the best version of yourself, parents and nannies. When you start to stay plugged into your life, mm, when you start to be plugged into your life, that's when you start to discover your best. Stay plugged into the things in your life and stop being unplugged. See, you know what to keep on in your life. You know what to keep on in your life, and you know what to keep off in your life. Always believe in your best. You want your life to feel that you can believe in yourself because it can be you, parents and nannies. It can be you. It's based on your true story. It can be you. If you want to go to school to become a child development, it can be you. If you want to raise a family that you want, parents and nannies, if you want to raise a family that you want, you just have to believe in yourself that it can be you. That's based on your true story. A friend of mine told me many, many years ago, he said, what's on your mind will decide what's in your life. See, that's how life feels about you. Life feels that what's on your mind can decide what's in your life. And once you decide, parents and nannies, once you decide to make a better life for yourself, once you decide to make a better life for your kids, that there's nothing that you can't do in your life. Just always try to become your best from struggles to your success. Always turn your struggles into hopes and dreams. Don't give up on your dreams because your dreams will not give up on you. Always try to get to the root of your problem. That's what you want your life to feel about you. Get to the root of the problem. Go out there and always ask for help. You want your life to feel that you can always ask for help. No matter how tough it is in your life, parents and nannies, you always have to go out there and know that you're not alone. Keep going at it in your life. Keep believing that you have the motivation in your life. to succeed at whatever you want to do in your life. That's what you want your life to feel about you. You don't want your life to feel that you're giving up on your life. Because parents and nannies, your life is dependent on you to have a high percentage when it comes to being a parent and it comes to being a nanny. Your life is dependent on you to where you raise your kids the best that you can. You always want to have a high percentage when it comes to being the best parent and the best nanny that you can be. I ain't talking about money. I'm talking about just being there for your kids. I'm talking about being responsible for your kids. Your life, parents and nannies, is dependent on you to do the best that you can in your life. That's how you want your life to feel about you. You don't want your life to feel like you're giving up on your life. And I had to tell you a story about Rick Barry. Rick Barry played basketball many years ago. A lot of you probably won't remember Rick Barry. Parents and nannies, when Rick Barry was young, he went to his dad and said, Dad, I want to play basketball. His dad said, Okay, son, if you play basketball, I want you to shoot free throws underhanded, right? So you're supposed to shoot free throws like this. But Rick's dad said, Son, if you want to shoot basketball, I want you to shoot free throws like this. Just throw it up there. Rick said, Dad, if I shoot free throws like that, people are going to laugh at me. All my friends are going to make fun of me because I would be the only one that's shooting free throws underhanded. Rick said, Rick's dad said, nobody will laugh at you if you have a high percentage. Parents and nannies, it's not about what people think of you. When you go out there to have a high percentage at becoming being a parent and becoming being a nanny, you will feel better about yourself. This isn't about people making fun of you. It's not about you putting pressure on yourself. But just like Rick's dad, he said nobody will make fun of you if you have a high percentage. That's how you want your life to feel about you, parents and nannies. When it comes to being a parent, when you have a high percentage of raising your kids, you become better at being a parent. And your life is dependent on you to have a high percentage. Your life is dependent on you to be the best that you can be in your life. But let me ask you this, parents and nannies. When it comes to believing in yourself, if your life was speaking about you, what would life say about you, parents and nannies? If your life was speaking about you today, in this moment right now, what would life say about you? Your life would say that you are legendary, not secondary. Your life would say that you did the best that you can in your life, parents and nannies. Your life would say that you kept believing in yourself to step into your life and to succeed at what you want to do in your life. But you got to pick yourself up, parents and nannies. You got to pick yourself up and not give up. Your life will also give you permission to overcome your life's challenges. Parents and nannies, just keep taking action in your life. Keep taking action in your life. And whenever you write down your goals, you're overcoming life challenges, such as being depressed, such as we get overwhelmed sometime in our lives. Sometimes kids can be a handful in our lives. And we just have to believe that we can take action in our lives. Go out there, you can ask for help. But to overcome life's challenges, you have to be able to be aware of how you talk to yourself. That's what life will say about you, parents and nannies. Your life wants you to be aware of how you speak to yourself. Because when you write down your goals, you want to be able to say them out loud. That's how you talk to yourself. You want to be able to say them out loud. Rehearse them. Your life wants you to develop a plan, develop a strategy, and that once you develop a strategy, parents and nannies, write them down. Write them down. Say them out loud. And when you write your strategies down, sometimes you come up to them and you say, I am somebody. Check. I can be the best parent. Check. I am capable of raising my kids. Check. I'm responsible for raising my kids. I'm the best dad. I'm the best mom. Check. I'm becoming the best I can do. I'm asking for help. Check. Parents and nannies, when you can see these words written down, when you can see it, parents and nannies, when you can see it, then you can do it. Because it goes from your brain, parents and nannies, it goes from your brain and slides down to your heart. Because this is where your heart belongs. This is where your kids belong. Here, not here. Your kids belong in your heart. Always keep your kids close to you, parents and nannies. And one thing that a life challenge that really hurts us as being a parent is that we give our fears too much power, parents and nannies. Yes, we give our fears too much power. Your hunger for life, the way you feed your life, remember, when you have a recipe of words, when you have a recipe of words in your life, your hunger for life, the recipe of words that you are capable, you are responsible, you are trustworthy, you are awesome. See, you got to keep feeding your life the words that you need from being a good parent, parents and nannies. See, I have a fear of snakes. I'm from a small town in Missouri. I have a fear of snakes. I don't like snakes. Maybe you don't like spiders. Most kids don't like spiders. Maybe you have a fear of heights. But the fear that I'm talking about today is having that fear to just think that you're not good enough. Having that fear to think that I'm not the best that I can be. But see, you have to become your best from your struggles to your success. I like to talk about my life a little bit. I talk about my mom's life a little bit. And I want to talk about my life a little bit. I used to stutter really, really bad. And that was a fear of mine. I had a fear of speaking in front of people. That I used to slur my words. I used to get really nervous. And, my two special ed teachers have changed my life. And their names were Miss Goldsmith and Miss Jensen. And Miss Goldsmith, she was older. And she taught me, she said, you leaders, sit up straight and pay attention. And Miss Jensen, she taught me to pronounce my words. Parents and nannies, once you start to have patience when you speak to your kids, you will start to understand what I'm talking about. A lot of you have overcome so much in your lives to become your best through struggles. And once you start to take back your power from your fears, you will start to understand that we give our fears way too much power. Believe me, your hunger for life will push you past your fears. Just stop overreacting. That's one of the main causes of having fear, is don't overreact. This is one day at a time. Show up, parents and nannies. Just show up in the right direction. When you go to your parent-teachers conference, when you go to that job interview, when you go get your financial aid to go back to college, when you become a certified nursing assistant, when you become a registered nurse, when you go to school and you get that high school diploma or you get that associate degree, don't overreact. Just show up and show up in the right direction. You will feel so much better about yourself. And when you show up, parents and nannies, and when you show up in the right direction, you start to learn healthy habits. You start to learn healthy habits in your life. And when you start to learn habits in your life, parents and nannies, you start to be doing them every single day. And you start to rehearse them every single day. And that's when that awesomeness, it pushes through. And that's when you start to believe in your difference. So you always want to go out there and you always want to have healthy habits in your life. When you do that, you start to have a growth mindset. A growth mindset, not a fixed mindset, but a growth mindset. A growth mindset says, no matter how hard it is in my life, if I just keep believing in myself, I can be the best nanny. I can be the best parent. But you just got to go out there and you have to have healthy habits in your life. And when it comes to being a parent and when it comes to being a nanny, give your life a name that is worth hearing. So I know you have a name, but when it comes to being a parent and a nanny, give your life a name that's worth hearing. I'm responsible. See, that's a name that's worth hearing. When you give your life a name that's worth hearing, that's when you start to say it out loud. You start to wake up in the morning. You start to feel grateful that you woke up this morning to be a parent. Give your life that name that is worth hearing, parents and nannies, that is worth saying. Give your life a name that is worth believing. And when you start to believe in your life, that's when you start to be more, more active in your life, in your kids' life. You start to take your kids to the soccer games. Maybe your kids in Pee-wee football. But when you start to believe in your life, there was nothing that you can't do. Just give your life a name. Give your reflection and complexion a name that is worth hearing. Be proud about who you are. See, that is worth hearing. See, stay plugged in to your life. Stay plugged in to your family values. And that's a name that's worth hearing because you are kind, parents and nannies. You are kind. I see you. I see you through the camera. You are a kind person. That's a name that is worth hearing. You are joyful, parents and nannies. And just like my mother gave her life a name that is worth hearing, you are also worth being somebody in your life. But you had to give your life a name that is worth hearing. Give your life a name that is worth speaking to because you are awesome. It's awesome to be a parent. Remember that song? Everything is awesome. When you become a parent and you start to overcome your obstacles in your life, you start to understand that I am curious, I am active. You start to understand more things in your life that you want to become in your life. So keep giving your life a name that is worth believing in. You will start to feel better about yourself. You will start to feel better about the things in your life. You will get the necessary needs in your life because you are lovable when it comes to being a parent. You are lovable. You are respectful when it comes to being a parent. You have integrity when it comes to being a parent. You have integrity. You have courage to become a parent. You got to have courage in 2024. And just know that these are the trying times, parents and nannies. And see, that's a name that's worth hearing. These are the trying times in your life that you want to go out there. You want to just keep trying to go out there and be the best that you can in your life. Just don't ever stop believing in yourself when you step into your life. Let me ask you this question. What's your favorite part about believing in yourself? What's your favorite part about believing in yourself, parents and nannies? Is it taking your kids to school? Is it picking up your kids from daycare? Is it just communicating more, learning more? If that's your favorite part about becoming a parent, you have to start to realize that when you have a favorite part, you start to learn that favorite part. And that's when you start to go out there and get healthy habits in your life, parents and nannies. Go out there and have a favorite part about believing in yourself. Because once you put in your mind, parents and nannies, see, that decides your favorite part in your life. And you always want to go out there and have reasons for believing in yourself. You have reasons for believing in yourself. They're your kids, they're your husband, they're your wife. You got to go out there and you got to keep believing that you can. It's time for us to start saying, I am. Lean on me, parents and nannies, and I lean on you. If you lean on me and I lean on you, we should be okay. But we always got to have reasons in our life from being a favorite parent and going out there and be the best nanny that we can be. But you got to understand that you got to have reasons. And one of your reasons is this is your time to shine. The late Kobe Bryant said, one of the biggest mistakes that we make, parents and nannies, one of the biggest mistakes that we make is thinking that we have time. So your favorite part about becoming a nanny is just realizing that you don't have time. Make the best of your time, parents and nannies. Go out there and make the best of your time in your life. Your favorite part about becoming a nanny has to be taking action in your life. Take action in your life. The time is now, in this moment, because tomorrow is not promised, parents and nannies. Tomorrow is not promised. You always want to go out there and champion your life. Go out there and champion your life. You always want to champion your life. When it comes to being a parent, you want to champion that, right? What do champions usually do? They usually have that championship belt. Go out there and champion your life. Go out there and champion over your addiction. You always want to win over your addiction. If you're feeling sorry for yourself, you want to champion your life. If you're having trouble communicating with your spouse, you want to go out there, you want to get help, you want to become a champion. Just go out there and get the best help that you can. Be a champion at communicating. Be a champion at loving your kids. I have a friend of mine, his name is Darnell, and he has a wife, and they have a son, Jeremiah. And Jeremiah looks up to his dad because his dad is always funny. You know, Darnell is always making his son laugh. And one day Darnell said, "Man, I'm the best dad. I'm the best dad. I'm the best husband." And that's what you have to believe in, parents and nannies. You have to champion your life. Because what we go through in our lives, parents and nannies, I think it's really important that we talk about that. What we go through makes us stronger in our lives. It's not about being perfect. Because today, in this moment right now, we have to start saying goodbye to becoming our perfect. Goodbye. Raise your hand. Say goodbye, parents and nannies. I see you. Say goodbye. Goodbye. Bye bye, perfect. And we have to start saying hello to becoming our best. And when you want to become your best, you want to always champion your life. You want to always go out there and just try to be the best at what you do because what we go through in our lives will make us stronger. It's our experiences, what we go through. Just think where you were about 5 or 6 years ago. You didn't probably think you was going to make it this far, but you're still here, parents and nannies. You're still here. You're still here giving it your best shot. You're still here trying to be the best that you can be in your life. Just keep believing yourself that you can go out there and you can be the best in your life. Because what we go through would make us stronger. What we go through doesn't make us meaner. Parents and nannies, what we go through doesn't make us angrier. If anger was so smart, how come it keeps you stuck? If anger is so smart, how come it keeps you stuck? What we go through, parents and nannies, will always make us stronger, not weaker. See, because you have to start strong and you have to finish strong. Because what we go through in our lives, mm, 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 we put so much pressure on ourselves we don't even know. And when we put pressure on ourselves, what happens? We put pressure on our kids, and the kids go up and they put pressure on themselves, and then their grandkids, their grandkids put pressure on themselves. So see what I mean? You always want to be calm. You always want to show up in that right direction. See, when you step into your life, when you start to have the motivation to believe in yourself, parents and nannies, that's when you start to understand that how we teach our kids, how I teach my daughter, how my mom taught me, what we go through will make us stronger. And becoming being in special education, you know, I wasn't able to graduate with a high school diploma, being in special ed, but I went back to school. And when I look back at that experience, I'm able to speak to you about my experience and what I went through made me stronger in my life. And you just have to be able to just push through it, push through that thick and thin. And we learn in our lives as we go in our lives. You know what you've been through in your life. You know what you had to overcome in your life. Being a parent and becoming a nanny is not easy, but what we go through, that's what makes us better on the other side. See, it's like the eye of the storm, right? The eye of the storm, you don't really see it. But see, as long as you go out there and you ask for help, you get the tools. It's been said that we're 90% tools. It's been said that in life, that we're 90% tools and 10% talent. That 90% tools, parents and nannies, that's how we navigate through our lives. That 90% tools, parents and nannies, is how we get through the thick and thin. That 90% tools is how we get through life. That 90% tools is how we understand that the words that we speak will make an impact on our lives. See, that's that 90% tools I'm talking about. But you have to continue to talk to yourself. And we have to be able to learn from ourselves. Because always take care of your life like you take care of your kids. And we can switch it. Take care of your kids like you take care of your life. Understand that our kids need our love. Our kids need our love, parents and nannies. Our kids need our respect. Our kids need our patience. Our kids need our honor. They need our courage. Because, see, some of our kids don't know what we've been through. I was telling my daughter that I was in special ed, and my daughter had no idea that her dad was in special ed. But once I was able to tell her what I've been through, I was able to make a better life for my daughter. And what we go through makes us stronger, parents and nannies, because we don't want our kids to go through the same thing that we went through. That's why it's so important for us to do that. What we go through makes us stronger, because we don't want our kids to go through what we've been through. So that's why you have to take care of your kids like you take care of your life. See, we can't go out there and do the things that we used to do. All that partying, staying out all night, all that. We can't do that anymore because we have to understand that what we go through makes us stronger. What we go through makes us better parents. What we go through, maybe you're able to save a little bit more money. I know it's hard in 2024, but we try to go out there. We try to be the best that we can because it's what we go through in our lives. And then we start to believe. We start to believe it. And when you start to believe in yourself, when you start to talk to yourself, being positive, and when you start to feel good about yourself, that's when we have that tears of joy that comes in your life. You know what I'm talking about, that tears of joy. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But you have to believe in your life. And that tears of joy when you see your kids laying in bed, when you see your kids opening Christmas presents, when you see your kids coming out the schoolhouse, when you see your kids getting that diploma, when you start to feel good about yourself, You start to go to that job interview and you start to be more grateful for what you have in your life. Because as you are the best parent and you are the best nanny, you just have to keep pulling for your life. See, when it comes to your mental health, you got to pull for your mental health, parents and nannies. You got to pull for your self-respect. You got to pull for your family values. Go out there and pull for your life, parents and nannies. You get one life, you got to pull for it, right? You got to go out there, you got to fight for your life, pull for your mental health. Because 2024, with all the addiction, you got to pull for your mental health. You got to go out there and you got to ask for help, parents and nannies, because you're mentally tough. You're mentally tough to do whatever you want to do in your life. But you have to believe that you have what it takes to pull for your life, pull for your self-respect, pull for your kids. Get the help that you need. Pull for your kids. And when your kids start to see, when your kids start to see how tough you are, they want to go out there and they want to help you fold the clothes. When you don't complain anymore in your life, your kids want to be around you. That only happens, parents and nannies. It's when you pull for your life. Know what you're pulling for your life, and know what you're pulling into your life. I'm talking about pulling for your life. Take that rope and don't let go. Don't let go to being the best parent that you can be. Don't let go to going out there and learning. Take a parenting class. Hold on to it, parents and nannies. And don't let go. It's 2024, parents and nannies. You can't let go in your life. Man, I love doing this. Don't let go in your life. Pour for your success. Pour for your self-respect. That's what I'm talking about. And when you start to do that, parents and nannies, when you start to do that, then you have an appetite for a better life. See, the definition of appetite is the desire to want something. See, it's not all about food, right? It's nice to have food, right? It's nice to eat. But I'm talking about the definition of appetite is a desire to want something. Once you have that desire, parents and nannies, to become the best parent and the best nanny that you can be, once you get that desire and you start to see it, you start to see that desire in your life, that you can have the motivation to keep believing in your life. And once you start to have that desire, that appetite for success, there's nothing else like it, parents and nannies. Just had an appetite to go out there and ask for help. You have that taste in your mouth. Something about just being a great parent. Something about just pushing your kids on the swing. See, to you, you're just pushing your kids, but to your kid, it's everything, parents and nannies. It's everything in their life. Just make sure you have the appetite for success, the right appetite in your life. There ain't nothing that you can't do in your life, but you gotta always remember, you got to pull for it. You got to pull for that right appetite, and sometimes it gets harder sometimes. But you got to be able to pull for it. Don't let addiction take your life. Go out there and ask for help. If you have a gambling addiction, go out there and ask for help. Pull for your life. Pull for your mental health. If you're addicted to drugs and alcohol, you got to pull for your health. I've been sober since 2006. And that's probably one of the greatest things I ever did in my life was getting sober. And I don't know, parents and nannies, if you ever had an addiction before, but there's nothing to, man. When you get clean, it's nothing better, a better feeling in your life. So just make sure that you have the right appetite in your life, because that right appetite in your life, parents and nannies, can change so much in your life. You want to be around your kids, parents and nannies. If you got to take a bus to drop your kid off at daycare, take another bus to get to work, have the right attitude. When you get upset sometimes, sometimes it ain't easy becoming a parent. But sometimes our kids, maybe they spilt the cereal. But when you have the right attitude, you say, it's okay, baby. Mama got it. My mother had the right attitude. She was tired, but, you know, We were a handful when we were kids, but my mother had the right appetite for success. Parents, Nanny, when you have the right appetite for success, you go out there and things aren't as bad. Then you go out there and you look how you should be living. You can be a parent like how you should be. It doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else, parents and nannies. It doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else. All you're trying to do in your life right now, today, in this moment, is just have the right attitude and have the right appetite for success in your life. Because your life is always dependent on you, parents and nannies. Your life is always dependent on you to have a strategy in your life. And once you have that strategy in your life, you start to have the right attitude in your life to become a nanny or to become a parent for the first time. Go out there and ask for help. There is tons of help out there for you with the right appetite. And even if you don't have the right appetite for success right now, let's talk about that. It doesn't happen overnight. Maybe you're not in the right place in your mind right now. Maybe you're dealing with mental illnesses. Maybe you lost a loved one in your life. But when you start to believe in your identity, when you start to believe in your reflection, there's nothing that you can't do. See, because we have the right identity. Don't let no one take your identity. Go out there and ask for help. And you also got to help somebody in your life. Help somebody in your life. It doesn't happen overnight. I ain't talking about just, oh, this money, bukus of money. I'm talking about going out there and just helping somebody. You know what you've been through in your life, and you know what it takes to have that right attitude. And the U.S. Nanny Associations, they understand that you got to have the right appetite. Because you wouldn't be here to today if you didn't have a right appetite. You wouldn't have made it this far with having the right appetite in your life. But you always got to take care of your life because your life is always dependent on you. Your kids is dependent on you. But with the right appetite, parents and nannies, there ain't nothing in this world that you can't do. You always want to believe in yourself. You always want to take your victory lap. See, when you start to make progress, when you start to believe in your kids, see, that's when you can take that victory lap, right? See, I don't really actually talking about taking a victory lap, but if you want to, that's fine too. But taking that victory lap, it's just believing. I'm not saying that your work is done, but just keep going at it. Keep getting that momentum in your life. Keep going at it. Keep doing what you want to do in your life, parents and nannies. Always have the right appetite or have the right attitude. But just understand that mental illnesses right now, if you're dealing with anything in your life, just go out there and ask for help. Because we live in a different time now. And to becoming a parent and becoming a nanny now, just keep doing what you're doing in your life. And always pour for your life. Always pour for your success. And that's what you want your life to feel about you. Because you have that drive in your life. Remember that drive to promote your life? Once you go out there and understand what your favorite part of becoming a nanny is, you're able to go out there and have that right appetite. Because your life is dependent on you to go out there and be the best person that you can be in your life. Because once we become a good parents and nannies, it's not meant to be private. Once you go out there and you pick up your kids from daycare, you walk in there and you see your kids and you know how your kids went to you, Mommy, Daddy. That's not meant to be private. There's some things in our life that are meant to be private. There's some things in life are, right? They are. But when it comes to being the best parent, whew, man, I love doing this. I love saying this. When it comes to being a good parent and a good nanny, that ain't meant to be private. Sometimes you want the whole world to see, right? That's my little baby, right? That's my son. And it's okay to be proud of your kids. Be proud of your kids because they make us proud. They just have to be able to hear it sometimes. See, you know they make us proud, right? My daughter Chelsea, man, she's worked hard in her life. She's about 31 now. And I always say, Daddy's proud of you. And no matter how old she is, she always puts a smile on her face, parents and nannies. That's what I'm talking about. You always want to go out there and have the right attitude for success. Man, I love it. Keep going out there. If you got to take two, three buses to get to work, I want you to feel good about yourself. I don't want you to ever feel like you're worthless because your life right now and today in this moment, your life is always worth a second look. Your life is always worth a third look, parents and nannies. Man, this feels good. Can't you just feel this energy right now that we have? Your life is always worth a second look. And I want you to understand about the three D's. The three D's, parents and nannies. You had to decide what you want in your life. You had to delete what you don't want in your life. And you have to decline all of the distractions in your life, parents and nannies. Right? You have to decide that you want to be the good parent, parents and nannies. Woo! I love doing this. You have to decide what you want in your life. You have to delete all that anger. You have to delete all that stuff, that disrespect in your life. You have to delete it. All that anger in your life, you have to delete it. See, decide that you want to be the best parent and the best nanny in your life. And you have to delete all of the self-doubt. You have to delete all the fear in your life. You have to delete it out of your life. And you have to decline all of the distractions in your life. All the drugs and alcohol, right? That's a decline. You don't need that distraction in your life. All that negativity in your life, you don't need it. Because anything that upsets your peace, parents and nannies, is unnatural. And you start to believe in the three D's. So that's what I want you to do. Think about them three D's in your life, parents and nannies. Decide what you want in your life. Delete what you don't need, and you have to decline all the negative distractions in your life. Decline them. You don't need them, right? Just like it's like a credit card, right? When your credit card gets declined, you don't need it anymore. That's what I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying. Parents and nannies, I hope that this video gave you the tools that you needed in your life to just keep believing in yourself. Maybe something that I said that you can relate to in your life. Just hope that you understand that you can become your best from struggles to your success. That I want you to understand that if your life was speaking about you, your life will always say that you are legendary, not secondary. Your life will always say that you did the best that you can in your life. And you always want your life to fail, that you have enough drive in your life to promote your life. You always want your life to fail, that you have enough drive in your life to keep believing in yourself. And that should be your favorite part about becoming a parent and becoming a nanny, is that the drive that we have to push us through the thick and thin. You always want to always have that drive. And you always want to believe that what's in your mind, parents and nannies, what's in your mind will always decide what's in your life. And I just hope that this video gave you some tools in your life to just help you get through the thick and thin. Hope this video shows you that you have to take action in your life. Write it down. Take action to overcome life challenges. Write your actions down. Have a plan. Have a strategy. Say it out loud. Maybe stick it on your refrigerator. But I just don't want you to give up. Just want you to know that your life is always worth a second look. When you become a parent for the first time, all you want to do is just make your kids as happy as possible. All you want to do is just be the best parent and the best nanny that you can be. It's not easy, but don't let no one twist your information and tell you that you can't do it. We got to stop giving our fears a lot of power. And believe me, your hunger for life will make you a better parent. Your hunger for life will have you asking for help, parents and nannies. Just keep believing in yourself. Just keep believing that you can step into your life, parents and nannies, and have the motivation to succeed in your life. Just hope that this video gave you the tools that you needed in your life to be better in your life. See, we got to say goodbye to our perfect, and we got to start saying hello to becoming our best. Because you are the best parent, and the best nanny that you can be in this life, right now, in this moment. Just keep doing what you do, parents and nannies, and don't ever stop pushing. That's what you want your life to feel about you. And understand that the impact of your own words, parents and nannies, the impact of your own words, you always want to have a recipe of words, parents and nannies, that can always help you in your life. You always want to have that recipe of words that can help you. You always want to have a recipe of words that's positive in your life, parents and nannies. You always want to have a recipe of words that you can always have an impact in your life. You always want to believe that you can be the best parent and the best nanny that you can be because you're awesome. You are legendary, not secondary. You are active. You are responsible. You are caring. You are unique. You are resourceful, parents and nannies. You take advantage of all your resources, like asking for help. Take advantage of all your resources. Take advantage of the U.S. Nanny Association in your life. Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to speak to you today. I just want you just to take advantage of all the good things in your life, parents and nannies. Take advantage of this opportunity, parents and nannies, to go out there and overcome your life challenges. That's all. Take advantage of your life. Be the person that you want to be in your life. Be the vision that you want to see in your life. And if you want to go to school, don't give up on your dreams, parents and nannies. Don't give up on your hope, parents and nannies, because you can always turn your struggles into hopes and dreams. You can always go out there and be the thing that you want to be in your life. But just don't give up on your dreams. And your dreams, parents and nannies, definitely will not give up on you. That's what I'm talking about. Because you will start to see a better version of yourself, parents and nannies, when you don't give up on your dreams, when you pursue more success in your life, when you have the right attitude, that appetite for better living, parents and nannies, when you start to champion your life. Man, I love doing this. When you start to champion your life, you start to pull for your success. You start to pull for your self-respect. You start to pull for the things in your life who means the more to you in your life. And that's your kids. That's your kids, parents and nannies. Just don't give up on your kids. Because I'm not giving up on your kids. Just like my mother didn't give up on me. That's what I'm talking about. Because when you do that, parents and nannies, when you believe in your kids, when you start to believe in yourself, you will start to have a better version of yourself. That's what I'm talking about. I love doing this. U.S. Nanny Association, parents and nannies. My name is Ulysses Roseman, your motivational speaker. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. This was a pleasure and an honor to be able to speak with you today and to tell you to keep stepping into your life and just keep having motivation in your life. No matter how hard it is, just keep going at it. Thank you so much for your time. Be safe, parents and nannies. And please, you have a great day. And I hope to see you next time.